Nash bait has been a big player in the bait market now for well over 30 years, probably in fact longer than I've actually been alive. The genius and bait knowledge from Gary Bays, the input from the likes of Kevin and Alan, and in recent years the brand being taken to where it is today by the likes of Max Hendry, it meant that Nash bait, I'd like to say, really has stood the test of time. The face of Nash bait is changing slightly. We're rebranding the product a little bit. You know, the citrus and the squid and its pink and its gold is still going to be those iconic colours there, but new super slick packaging. And now also very proud to say that not only is all of our Nash bait packaging 100% recyclable, but the pots and the jars for the liquids and the pop-ups, they're also made from 100% recycled materials. Of course, that iconic scope squid is still staying in the range. You know, it was developed over 35 years ago by Gary and Kev, and then it was reintroduced into the range around 5 years ago. In those 5 years, we've had thousands, if not tens of thousands of catch reports of carp caught on the Scopex squid. The amount of carp and, well, the amount of big carp that this bait has caught is, well, phenomenal. It's got that distinct, subtle smell. It's the marry of like sweet and fishy, and to be frank, it's just given a lot of people one less thing to worry about in their angling. They've got a bait that they can trust. As mentioned, same product but some new packaging. The newly named Cult Coated hook baits and stick mix, they now find themselves in bigger, easy to use pots because the bags that they came in, they were hard to reseal, and these new pots are going to be a lot better for you. Citrus hit the ground running when we launched it, becoming super successful straight away, especially in those winter months. Highly regarded by Alan himself, it was one of those baits that you'd always reach to when bites were hard to come by. You know, a Cult Coated hook bait or a pop-up, a scattering of baits around it. It was something that we used to shout about so regularly, and I think it's the reason we only ever really delivered them in 1 kilo bags. However, over the last few years, we've heard of loads of success on the citrus, kind of away from those winter months, especially on the continent. You know, the guys over there, they opted for it because it was quite a hard bait and it would keep the catfish at bay. Soon we were hearing about them having big beds of citrus and catching some really, really big carp on it. We always knew the flavour profile was there for it, you know, it was just super attractive. So we've made the decision to redevelop that bait and make it a bit more accessible to put in large quantities, just like those Europeans were doing and having that success on it. Same attractive package as the classic citrus. It's got that like renowned smell, but we've redeveloped the base mix a little bit. It's got milk proteins, bird food base mix, and it's also got this addition of this creamy toffee palatin. It's a little softer than before, you know, you can really crumb it in your fingers. It's a lot more digestible and the colour is a lot more subtle than it was before, this kind of off-white colour. It's just got that rich, milky, creamy texture to it. If you want to spot out big carp at a crumb in the depths of winter or spread 20 millers from the boat in the height of summer, this new citrus, I think it does open those doors for you. Now, I know it's nice to see a bit of a facelift and a rebrand, but it's not the most exciting announcement we've got for this trade show launch. Some of Gary's best work was back in, you know, the mid-90s when him and Kev, they developed the Monster Pursuit range. It stayed around from the mid-90s all the way up to the mid-2000s, and it kind of took the carp world by storm. It was a really, really renowned bait. Following on from that came the Monster Squid. All the way up to about 10 years ago, they were in the range, and they really are, well, some of Nash bait's best work and most renowned work, really. Max has now picked up the baton, and after a couple of years of testing and keeping our cards quite close to our chest, really excited to announce that in spring 2024, we're bringing a new premium bait into Nash Bait's bait range. There will be more information to follow, so please keep your eyes peeled, but it's not long now to the launch of Monster Shrimp.